For today's movie review, I'll be reviewing the 1996 film Galgameth, a fantasy film directed by Sean McNamara, who has been known for directing the 2011 movie Soul Surfer and working on various TV shows from Even Stevens to Ant Farm. Also, in between working on several TV shows, he also has been known to work with actors such as Jessica Alba, Hilary Duff, Shia LaBeouf, to name a few others. As for this film, not only was it his first feature-length movie he's ever directed, he also worked closely with the director Sang-Shin, the same guy who directed Pulgasari, and you'll soon see why. As for the plot of the movie, it's about an exiled prince who fights to free his people with the help of his pet dragon, who grows by eating a ton of metal. Yeah, the movie in of itself is a loose remake of Pulgasari. In terms of what I liked about the movie has really good production design, from the set designs that the characters interact around, to the costumes that the characters wear. The animatronics on the Galgameth creature functioned very well, and they look very good. Well, kinda. I'll get to that in a bit. And the movie has some unintentional funny moments, because the moment that sticks out to me the most is, you have this tiny little version of Galgameth, before it becomes big, encounters this cat and punches him in the face. The scene itself is as ridiculous as it sounds. And I like the point of view that this movie takes place for him, because with Pulgasari, that was about the people of Korea going against this corrupt kingdom, whereas this movie, on the other hand, the person who's controlling the monster in question is from a particular kingdom, but he happens to get exiled in the process, and he basically wants to take back his corrupt kingdom and make things better. I thought that was kind of a neat twist on the whole Pulgasari remake aspect. In terms of what I disliked about the movie, from time to time there's a lot of bad CGI, and some of the composite shots in this movie don't hold up very well. And the acting in this is just okay, but the acting coming out of the main character, the prince, is really bad. Like, the prince acts like a whiny little bitch. I don't know if that was the intention of the actor playing the character, but the character himself just acts like a little bitch. And this movie does go into that territory of lie reveal twist, where the main hero lies to this group of people, gains their trust, then also tells the truth, and then you have your moping and doping, and then it just makes it up to them somehow, and then everyone's hunky-dory back together again. A very overused plot point. And also, this movie goes on for way too long, because you easily could have summed this movie up in 90 minutes, but they add like an extra 20 to it to make it like almost a 2-hour feature, and it just shouldn't have been an extra 20 minutes in the first place. Also, when it comes to certain characters, there's a lot of characters where it's like, okay, I can definitely tell what that archetype is, but then you got some characters who really play up that archetype. Case in point, that totally not evil Vizier character is totally the evil Vizier character. Also, I just don't understand what he does when he actually does take over the kingdom, because his first ruling is to banish all the dogs in the kingdom. Now, granted, some of the other stuff he does, like taking away people's freedoms and making people slaves, that I kind of understand, but banishing dogs from his kingdom? I mean, I know the villain himself is a cat person, but really? You have to banish dogs from the kingdom? That just seems kind of an odd detail. Also, at one point when Galgameth gets exposed to a lot of fire, you see him survive the fire, but it looks like he's kind of like melting a bit, and the effects used here make Galgameth look like that one monster that appears in the Power Rangers movie. I thought this was just kind of an odd detail. And also, I do realize that this movie is supposed to be a loose remake of Pulgasari, but I feel like it takes a lot of elements from Pulgasari and does nothing new with them. Like, we have the scene where the main character activates the creature through some kind of body liquid, the creature eating a lot of metal to get bigger scene, it getting caught on fire, and it getting buried. It's just, I feel like you could have done something else with these cliches. Also, at the start of the movie, when Galgameth first appears, his initial design freaks me the fuck out. It's just, there's something unsettling about that overall design that just carries on throughout the rest of the movie. Like, his final form looks okay, but the forms in between just look really fucking scary. So for my final verdict of Galgameth, the movie is basically Pulgasari all over again. It's just set in the Middle Ages and has a slightly different point of view. And for that, I just didn't think this was a very good movie, because on one hand, I do like the set designs and the animatronics to the creature itself. It's just, I didn't think the movie needed to exist, frankly. And if you want to watch a good movie about a monster that gets bigger by eating metal, just watch Pulgasari. It's the much better movie. And before I give my final rating, what did everyone else have to say about Galgameth? Well, it looks like there's a group of people out there who find this movie to be average. I get where they're coming from, but I don't like this movie at all. And so, from a final rating of Galgameth, I give it 2 out of 5. So, what's your favorite children's TV show from back in the day? And see you later.